Welcome everybody to the FEL. I'm Granite Gamers O, and with me is, alright, let me get my sticky note, Raimi Raiku Kazami.
Yeah, thanks Gamism, and it's been a pleasure to be here to cast this game. It's been a while since I've been casted actually, so really looking forward to cast this game with you. And let's see what we have today, right?
I mean, you sure sound excited to me, man. We are in our final leg of the Thailand Qualifiers. We're looking to finish things out today. We have two best of ones moving into the loser brackets, and then playing that final best of three to determine who will be moving on into the next leg of the competition.
Yeah, so today, right now, we have the first game coming in is Pastel Pellet versus the Lemon Flavour.
Yeah, I mean, you were talking about how these guys look pretty stacked when you look at their rank-wise, right?
Yeah, like, I've never seen so many female players that are actually pretty high ranked when you compare it to the Singapore scene. So, right now, we just entered Champions League, so let's see how the things go on here. Now, first then coming is the Aatrox on the blue side.
Yeah, looking at Aatrox being removed, a couple of this very major threats you want to get rid of, and looking at some of the raw mechanical skill. I'm definitely looking forward to see some of these players go at it. Akali going to be the counterban coming in from the red team. Quite a pretty standard pick and ban phase so far. We might be able to see something interesting coming out. Yesterday we saw pretty solid compositions. I think there was a little bit more emphasis around champions like Sejuani coming in, a lot of CC, and I think that generally looks like the direction they're heading.
Yes, and there's still a lot of power picks available right now, especially the Irelia, the Camille as well. So I want to see whether these teams are willing to leave it open or actually ban it out. And they actually banned Ari, which isn't really popular in the competitive scene, but has been popping up in solo queue once in a while.
Yeah, so it might just be a directed ban towards one of the players on the red team, and so we're looking to see if that's going to change things up at all for them. I'm definitely wondering whether or not they're good. I mean, we've been seeing some crazy strategies coming out from some of the competitive scene, regions. Man. First week of the spring split, and we see champions like Zoe 80 coming out. So, any idea whether you think that's going to come out and pop into this gameplay?
We might see orange support because it has been coming out in solo queue. Well, you can see the hand special. If you've been watching the LTK, you will see the Elise support coming out, missing his flash cocoon level 2. So, I'm really very excited to see what kind of surprise pocket picks these teams can come up with. But right now we see two bans coming in, the Irelia and the Galio. Galio has been such an overpowered champion in solo queue as well as competitive scene, so banning it out is the safest option for the blue team who doesn't want to prioritize it.
I mean, it's a big in part due to the aftershock making Galio so tanky. You have great wave clear, you have great tankiness, you have a semi-global ultimate, taunt, CC, like you have the full package in the form of Galio. Unfortunately, I think a bit of criticism that Galio has is that he really does not have much direction. He has a lot of impact in a lot of ways, but he doesn't have as much single targeted direction. So I think a good possible champion you could pick up in Galio's place might just be the Lissandra. I think a lot of players have been looking to go for that as the mid lane de facto champion.
Yes, Lissandra as well as the Corki, if it's against the Galio, has been shown effective. So final ban gonna be the Cassiopeia on the red side, and first pick Urgot, one of the most safest champions that can be flexed into the top or the mid lane.
I mean, you can even bring Urgot into the jungle if you really want to be that adventurous, but let's see what they want to do. Sion coming in with that top lane. Or could, we could see something interesting come out, but it's probably going to be safely planted in the top lane. What do you think about this matchup? Urgot versus Sion. I'm in the opinion that Sion generally should be able to harass this Sion, but I don't think Sion dies in this lane.
Sion doesn't typically die in the Urgot lane, but unless he goes 80 Sion.
Aha, so go full damage. If you one hit the ADC, they don't need to play anymore.
Yeah, I've seen some solo queue players actually going 80 Sion. You actually see competitive players as well, like if you know Griffin Chovy. Yeah, he's been known for his 80 Sion, so we're not really sure where the Sion can go because it can be flexed top lane and mid lane as well. But Xin Chao, jungle picked by the red team, looks to be very solid because Xin Chao is right now on the S tier jungler, so very happy to see this pick coming in. We want to see a Camille or even a Lee Sin to counter this Xin Chao on the blue side. So really quite curious to see what Pastel Pellet has in store in the jungle. But it seems like it's gonna be the Nocturne pick.
Yeah, Nocturne gonna be that pick that they want to look to try and use. The Paranoia definitely sets things up very well. You have this double stack with the Urgot coming in, then the Nocturne setting things up. It's very difficult to avoid the Urgot ultimate when in that state of Paranoia. So we're looking to see if they can use that effectively. Talking a little bit about the Urgot versus Sion matchup once again. I think it's very interesting when you say that, yeah, you can bring Sion into the mid lane because that's exactly what you can do with the Urgot. So no matter where they try and flex Urgot, the red team has this opportunity to come in and say, I want to bring my Sion to match whatever Urgot goes.
Yes, and now Kaisa being the final pick coming in from the blue side. I don't really like seeing the ADC being rotated this early because there's still so much strong ADC right now. You still can play. Like
That's
example,
true.
the Lucian, the Ezreal, Caitlyn, but they prioritize the Kai'Sa, and now the red team is prioritizing the Caitlyn, which I feel is right now a much stronger AD carry compared to the Kai'Sa.
yeah, Caitlyn has so much damage, and you have so much tankiness and CC in the form of the Xin Zhao and the Sion just protecting that front line, holding things down as the Caitlyn just dishes out tons of damage. So let's see what they want to try and work with. If they go for a very aggressive bot lane, coming with something like a Karma or a Zyra, there's literally no counterplay for the enemy bot lane. It's just going to give so much free reign for the Xin Zhao to move around top side.
And right now, we see that both supports, as well as might be the mid or the top lane, not picked. So I want to see double support bans onto the blue side by the red team so that they can pick up the support they want. Most probably the Rakan. Rakan is still available and it's one of the strongest support right now. And we see actually both sides banning up supports.
Yeah, getting rid of a couple of these high priority supports. And Rakan definitely a champion I want to see. Alistar is another champion I want to see. On the red side, definitely looking more towards champions like Zyra, Karma, in my opinion. You want to see these champions come in and just give this attack speed steroid over to the Caitlyn, have this super aggressive early game lane, and just give Xin Zhao the free power to move into the enemy jungle. Nocturne, okay pre-6, but definitely nowhere near as strong as Xin Zhao when it comes to those early skirmishes.
Yeah, so the red team decides to ban out. The final ban coming in will be the Lissandra. Lissandra is one of the safest mid/top laner. Again, talking about the flex picks, you can flex both Sion and Urgot in top lane. So Lissandra is also a safe matchup against the Urgot or the Sion as well. So you want to ban it out from the red side.
Yeah, again, it comes down to having that Aftershock Keystone. You just have so much tankiness, so much power, and you're able to just defend pretty well against what they have. Tahm Kench actually going to be the champion they removed. I think this is a more targeted ban towards what I believe Lemon Flavour played against in one of their previous games. Yesterday we saw champions like Tahm Kench be used quite effectively. Also at times a little bit troll, but you know.
Yeah, you want to Abyssal Voyage your teammate over to the middle of the fight, and oh no, that was the wrong ultimate. And Tahm Kench now, they're worried that Lemon Flavour can actually do a proper ultimate, and now you see actually the Lulu
absolutely
locked in.
Yeah, it's that risk reward kind of student mindset. You know, you go in, you pick something that could potentially be a great flank tool, but it could also send you into the arms of 5 enemy teams, the 5 enemy players, and just see you get absolutely destroyed. So actually finally locking down that Lulu on that red side, I quite like this. You know, you get one of those champions that work very well, synergizes well with that Caitlyn, you get that attack speed steroid, you get those additional shots with the Lulu E, and that's going to be a Leona counter pick.
Yeah, so we see on the blue side now, they're looking to engage. We have the Nocturne, we have the Leona, and we have the Urgot with the ultimate, which can be shot from a very far range. So, so blue team looking at they want to be the one forcing the fight, whereas on the red side, they're looking at the one they want to play siege, control game, where they want to let the enemy run to them so they can slowly chip them off.
Vel'Koz coming in, that's almost definitely moving into the mid lane, so showing their hands with this final pick, Vel'Koz in the mid lane. Quite a number of counters actually, I think. Akali being one of them, I would say, and removing the Akali from themselves maybe was a little bit unfortunate. This was a good opportunity for a AD mid laner, honestly. I think for Lemon Flower?
Yasuo maybe?
Lemon Flavor. Yeah, Lemon Flavor, yeah, sorry. Yasuo going for that Syndra instead. Yeah, but you know, if you go for that AD mid lane, you have such little AP damage, and then you can start seeing the Leona, the Urgot start scaling up, get so tanky, and then you have the Nocturne coming in, and the true damage from the Vel'Koz. Yeah, so I think that this is a wise choice. Coming in with an AP mid laner, Syndra, maybe not my first pick. I'm still not exactly sure what I would want in the mid lane, but I don't know whether I would say Syndra would be my first pick.
I honestly agree with you. I don't really like the Syndra because Syndra is a very immobile mid laner, and going against a Nocturne who will just fly towards you, you have to burn your flash, and if you don't have a flash, you're definitely gonna be food for the Nocturne as well as the Vel'Koz, who can just blast the ultimate from far range.
That's true.
There's no counterplay there.
You have so much. This is actually a really nice comp that we're looking at from Pastel Palette, right? You have very good frontline setup coming in, and then you have this insane amount of true damage for the Vel'Koz in the backline.
Yeah.
If they manage to reach this mid game, they actually have a very solid composition. So it's down to Lemon Flavour to move in and make the proactive plays pre-6 to try and set things up for themselves.
Yeah, so Lemon Flavour right now, their idea of playstyle is they have to take it slow, skill up to the mid game where Syndra has 2 items, Killing has 3 items before they can actually play a siege comp. But for the side of Pastel Palette, they all just have to keep forcing the fight. They have the Nocturne, they have the Leona, go to mid lane, target the Syndra, because the Syndra right now is the most vulnerable champion in the enemy team. So if they keep targeting the Syndra, that's it. Lemon Flavour will lose a lane pressure because Syndra, even though it's supposed to be lane dominant,
Yeah.
but if being targeted, he won't do much.
That's true. I mean, it's a little bit difficult to gank the Syndra, I would say, as Nocturne, but if you're able to push out the wave, Leona walks mid, tosses out the E, it's easily a flash burn from the Syndra, otherwise it might just be a kill. I think it's a pretty reasonable setup coming in. The only thing that I might be a little bit worried about is if the Caitlyn and Lulu just shove down bot lane and just start taking turret platings and try and scale up from there.
Yeah, so talking about turret plating, one of the new changes we have in the game is definitely the turret plating, and I feel that this is very good for lane dominant champions.
Yeah.
Because even though you are always shoving in the previous patches, you don't get extra gold from it. But right now with the turret plating, the Caitlyn, one of the most dominant champion in the lane itself, with the turret plating, the Caitlyn will be having much more effect and getting more gold and resources from this turret plating changes. And Kai'Sa right now, even though the turret plating will actually delay it, but it makes Kai'Sa actually fall further behind. So Caitlyn definitely wants to look to punish this bottom lane by just keep shoving the lane and prevent the Leona from roaming to the mid lane.
Yeah, so it's going to be a really desperate play coming in from Lemon Flavour to try and hold this bot lane down, because that's really integral to their plans. If they want Senjao to roam around, they want to keep the Syndra safe, they have to keep this bot lane locked down. But if Kai'Sa is able to reliably farm under turret without the Leona being there, it's very easy for Leona just walk over to the mid lane, or even recall, walk up top, get a gank in for maybe just to get a little bit of harass. You know, it's a very flexible position for Pastel Palette right now. The only issue is, again, pre-6, they have to be a bit more careful.
Definitely. And talking about Summer Spell, I want to highlight that Caitlyn actually take heal instead of cleanse. Usually you see against a pure damage, pure engaged team comp, some AD carries actually go for the cleanse and let the support take the heal, so that the Caitlyn is always at a safe distance, not locked down by any CC. But Caitlyn decides to go for the heal instead, so he really needs to watch his position a little bit more, because if the Leona managed to E on him, Q, and land the ultimate as well, the Caitlyn has no escape. Even with the Lulu ultimate, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a kill coming over for the Pastel Palette.
Yeah, it's pretty aggressive, I would say, to bring in that Ignite on Lulu. I think, as you mentioned, maybe Caitlyn could have gone for something like Cleanse Flash, and then Lulu could have come in with the Flash Heal or Flash Exhaust. I think the heal would still been nice, but definitely going with this Ignite, it's very aggressive early game lane. We'll see what they have in mind. I think overall, it looked like Lemon Flavour had the higher solo queue ranks, and I haven't got to see too much of them individually, like on a mechanical skill, so it's a little bit iffy for me to just judge them based on that, but still, I mean, let's see what they got.
Yes, and now before we get in the game right now, let's go through again. On the blue side we have the Urgot, Nocturne, Vel'Koz, Kai'Sa, as well as the Leona. Versus on the red side we have the Sion, the Xin Zhao, Syndra, Caitlyn, as well as the Lulu.
Oh, you can remember that off the top of your head, not bad. Interesting choice of summer spells coming in from the Urgot. He's going for that summer spell book, but still looking at their early TP. What do you think about this? Because in my mind, it seems like, you know, you don't really need TP right away, because you can go for the aggressive summoner spell, look for a pre-6 kind of opportunity, and when you get that summoner spell change, you can then switch it over to TP and come back into lane.
Indeed, I think that against an Urgot, you're not especially looking to get the grass proc, so maybe going for this another different summoner Keystone, probably the Unsealed Spellbook or even the Comet to just poke out the Urgot would have been a better choice. So I don't really like this grass coming, because you won't get much of it. But on the side of the bottom lane, we see that Lulu actually goes for the Guardian, so really you want to play safe. The Lulu, I don't think she'll focus on to poking out the enemy bottom lane as well as the support, because with the Guardian you're actually looking to just survive the laning phase, sustain with the extra health and shield you get from the Guardian Keystone as well.
Yeah, so it's a little bit of a mixed direction, I would say. You know, you're looking to try and survive, but at the same time you're looking to go aggressive. You know, it's sort of this weird situation. Yeah, you need to try and make it past this early game phase, but at the same time you want to be able to keep the pressure on. Leona has that level 2 spike, they can come in the early engage. I think Kai'Sa has a decent amount of damage, but it still might be a little bit lacking compared to what the Caitlyn Lulu can dish out.
Yeah, so right now we have a technical pause coming. I'm not too sure what happened, but let us continue on with where the games they're looking at. As I can see right now, I don't think there'll be much action in the top lane. Top lane is really just going to be 2 tanks, maybe Urgot just punishing the Sun a little bit more, but the 2 tanks here right now will just continue pushing and pushing, shoving and shoving. There won't be much action unless the Nocturne decides to ultimate in, because there's no kill pressure in the top lane.
Okay, this is a little bit indicative of what they might try and go for. Minion Dematerializer on the Leona, right? You have that. That kind of gives me the idea that you just want to be able to use that to shove out the wave a couple of times, rotate over. Either that, or when you get shoved in, you can just use the Minion Dematerializer, clear out the wave a little bit, and then you just reset the wave once again.
Yeah, but the changes to minion dematerializer, even though this has been a while ago, was that they can only be used after about 4 minutes. So the first 4 minutes, the Caitlyn will definitely be shoving the Kai'Sa, unless the Leona Max helps to shove the lane with her Zenith Blade or even her W. But I don't think the Leona and Kai'Sa will be able to outshove the Caitlyn as well as the Lulu, unless Nocturne comes in for a level 2, level 3 cheese game. And if that happens, the Xin Chao will definitely have the advantage in terms of rotations. But this is all based on theory. But we're looking at possible outcome because we don't want the Kai'Sa and Leona to be locked down, because for the team of Pastel, they need the Leona to roam so that they can punish this Syndra pick coming in from the side of Lemon Flavour. And Vel'Koz will only be able to wave clear, because I don't think Vel'Koz will be able to outshove the Syndra, because they both have the same amount of push potential. So the only way here for them to actually get an advantage to the mid or bottom lane is when Leona is able to roam. So that's where Pastel Palette really needs to focus on.
Yeah, we're looking at a very integral support role. I mean, I think oftentimes support doesn't get as much attention because it's not one of the most flashy roles, but you have to remember that support definitely has a lot of impact, especially when you go for these playmaking, engaged style compositions. Syndra opting for that electrocute, a lot of additional burst damage. That's gonna be very scary for the Vel'Koz. He went for that. She went for that barrier, so that's gonna be a little bit more safety on her end.
Should she have went for the Comet? I think going electrocute against a Vel'Koz who definitely will take either a heal or a barrier is not the right call in my opinion. I feel.
Okay, what would you prefer Syndra to go for?
I think she should have went for a Comet, because you're just planning to poke them out. You're not looking for a full burst, because against a Vel'Koz, the barrier will definitely block off the burst and the Vel'Koz can definitely run away. But it can actually help cheapen damage against incoming ganks. So I feel that Comet would have been better, and if you manage to land a skill, you're actually wave clearing your lane as well. So there is more benefits getting the Comet compared to Electrocute, in my opinion.
Okay, we're looking to see whether or not that Comet versus Electrocute debate is going to change the results of this game at all. Otherwise, this pretty early game lane might just head over into the favor of the Vel'Koz. Vel'Koz has pretty good poke, as you mentioned. That Comet is just going to keep poking them down, help clear out the wave. Should be looking a bit into the Vel'Koz's favor early level.
Yes. I'm honestly very surprised. I've never seen new pocket picks coming out from the games, because from the side of the LCK, the competitive scene, we actually seen a lot of pocket picks coming out. We've seen the Elise support, we've seen the Tom Kench, not really Tom Kench, but we've seen Orange support coming just like an hour ago from the side of Griffin. So I wanted to see more exciting picks. I don't want to see ADC bottom lane. I want to see like something Vladimir, Ryze, Cassiopeia, Zoe bottom. You know, all these new picks we wanted to see, because the man right now has been, we have to win the early game. You cannot afford to lose the early game.
Remy, I think you're asking for a little bit too much here. this is you mean to try and reinvent the wheel, remake the game and for what it is, pretty tall task for some of these players. I mean, and even if they could go for something like that, I don't think they're gonna go for that in like what, this is like the quarterfinal level. You know, they still have a couple more matches before they reach the end, and they have to pop out and pull off all these interesting compositions. You get that Zoe, Vladimir in the bot lane, start pulling out that Victor too. That's we might be a little bit away from that.
But if you're very confident, you must have the winner mentality, man. If you're very confident, you definitely know you're gonna win the tournament. That's it. Go for all this pocket picks. Surprise the enemy. They'll get taken. Oh my god, I've never seen such team come. How do you go against it? It's the X factor that's gonna take down these enemies. They won't expect it.
Surprise them with that little bit of ingenuity. We do have to remake the room. Something bugged out in the game that we were previously in, so they just a quick remake. Everything should still be the same. We should be able to go through this pick and ban phase quite quickly. We still have that spectator delay, unfortunately, but stick around. We should be right the game very shortly.
Yeah. So all the bans, all the champion picks will still be the same. So nothing much to really like reinforce here, because we talked about it in the previous Champions League. So let's just have, you know, a look again at the possible outcomes that we can have in the game itself. So like I was saying, I want to see better, like more insane picks.
Better.
Yeah, better
more
picks.
insane. That's the correct phrase. You just want to see crazy. You want to see exciting new takes on the game and see how they pan out. Better is a little bit subjective.
Yeah, but okay, honestly, I didn't talk about it in the previous Champions League, but yeah, I want to talk a little bit about the Cassiopeia, because Cassiopeia is such a strong champion right now. It can be flexed into 3 lanes, the top, the mid, as well as the bottom lane. We've seen a lot of players actually play Cassiopeia, because right now you don't max E, you actually max Q, and then followed by the W, and then E. And QW, the maxing of these two skills provide so much output and potential for the Cassiopeia to just run it down on you, and you have no counterplay. Because once the Q hits you, that's it. You're gonna get run down unless you flash out.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
So Cassiopeia right now as a champion is very overpowering, and I like that they banned out because they don't want it to get first pick. But yet again, there's still other champions that can play in the bottom lane. You can play Vladimir, you can play Ryze, you can maybe even play...
Honestly, Victor Carters have been looking a little bit strong to come, maybe shows a little bit of resurgence into the bot lane as well.
They didn't even ban Carters, so why not take Carters for a jungle?
No, that's true. I mean, that was an option as well. I mean, same thing, you have that R from Nocturne, right? I guess the only additional power is that Paranoia, but you know, you have that R press from base. You go back on Twitter and then you be like, man, Carters is such a hot champion.
Yeah, I played such a hot champion in my games today, and it's just press R from base. You gotta kill them.
Easy game. So we're looking to see what they want and what they have in mind. Maybe in the future games, you might be able to see something a bit more interesting. I think this, yeah, so again, we're looking at the final leg of this competition. Very ambitious program coming in from previous iterations of the FSL. They push forward for this whole FEL, the Female Esports League, and then we have teams from all around the region competing. I think tomorrow we have the Singapore side as well, and then we have the finals next week, and wow, it's just a huge competition.
Yes. And the competition is actually very good for me because I feel that most of the competitive scene right now is very male dominated, so the females don't really get a chance to actually showcase their potential. So with this all-female competition, we gotta see actually a different side of gamers that we've never seen, the female gamers, especially in the competitive scene, and they're actually playing for a prize pool. So this is actually something you've never seen before, not on a very big scale, and this, the initiative of this kind of competition is actually helping female gamers to actually find a footing in the gaming community because mainly it's male dominated.
That's true. I mean, it's pretty difficult to find their way in. I mean, even for guys, right? And they have it a little bit easier when it comes to trying to be able to like get their name out there. And when, but you know, it's just a whole different discussion. And I think this is like a podcast kind of topic. I don't know whether or not we have this. The 3 minutes you have is gonna be enough to try to unravel the mysteries behind this.
Everyone wants to be the new faker. Every guy wants to be the new faker, but no one ever says, "I want to be this girl gamer who has been popping off." No one ever talks about it, and you never see a girl gamer especially in the LCK, the LPL.
Yeah.
The NA and EU, the NA LCS and the ULEC.
Yeah, LEC, that's right.
So you never seen girl gamers taking over the stage before and popping off. So we might after the FSL.
Who knows? After they start drafting some female players in this competition,
and then people be like, "I want to be this new player that has pop off in the FSL."
I mean, it's amazing, right? Because it gives other female players a direction to look for. You know, they don't always have to associate themselves with a previously existing male player. Now you have a lot of other females coming in and they're playing these competitions. You can be like, hey, I want to be like so and so who absolutely popped off in the FEL, the FSL. So it's a great initiative, I think, and it's such a ambitious undertaking. I'm very impressed by how things have been running so far. I think a couple of our guys have been casting. I think yesterday was Jared and Daryl, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got listening to the cast, and it looked like a pretty darn good time.
Yeah, and from yesterday games, we've seen that actually the girls they know how to play the game. They have the macro ability, they have the micro ability, but maybe not to the standard of the LCK, the LPL, or whatever. Because definitely that's after they go through like months of trainings and synergy together. But we've seen that they have potential, and we shouldn't like look away from them because they're females, but. Now we're seeing a different side of female gamers, the side of them being able to play the game. So very excited to see what the quarterfinals brings in because I want to see definitely more good plays coming from them, followed by yesterday's game as well.
I mean, according to every pro organization, the method to get to that level of gameplay is just bootcamp in Korea, right?
Yeah, bootcamp in Korea, but maybe after last year you want a bootcamp in China.
Yeah, there we go, bootcamp in China. But actually talking about bootcamping in Korea, it's interesting because it's a very wide array of the effectiveness when it comes to bootcamp in Korea, because Korean teams are very picky with who they scrim with. So if you end up going to Korea for a couple of months, you don't actually find yourself getting much out of it if you don't have the connections prior, right? Because you just sit there and you're just gonna play Korean solo queue, which is good, right? But to be fair, from Singapore, from Southeast Asia, you can play in Korea. I mean, granted, there's some a little bit unreasonable ping, but it's playable. You can still play in Korea solo queue. What you really gain out of it is going to scrim in Korea and all that. But I think that, a lot of teams, maybe they like to romanticize the idea that scrimming in Korea might just be the answer to everything.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of Reddit posts. I mean, all this are from Reddit. So a lot of Reddit posts have said that, especially for EU and NA teams, because they move over to Korea for the boot camp, they don't have much screen time. They actually spend most of the time actually streaming each other instead, because they don't have the connection to talk to the Korean teams or even the Chinese team as well. Maybe they stream the Taiwan teams as well. So not 100% sure, but it's Reddit material. So Reddit sometimes gives you the truth and the false of society.
You gotta take everything you hear from Reddit with a pinch of salt. I mean, there can only be so many challenger players in the world.
Yeah, there's only like 200 per region, and with the inclusion of the Grandmaster and the Master as well. So, now you're gonna hear people say, "Hey, I've reached Grandmaster the previous season."
Yeah. All right, so we are finally heading into games. Quick remake. Something's bugged out, but once again, should be the same as we saw last game.
Oh, but I actually noticed something different, because Xin Tao, the
Hail of Blades. What's he taking last game?
He was taking press the attack. So Hail of Blades has been the preferred keystone coming in from most Xin Tao players, but because of the Hail of Blades changes, Hail of Blades has been the #1 keystone.
Yeah, because the reset doesn't take away from the extra auto attack, right?
Yeah, so press the attack used to be the Xin Tao's primary keystone, but right now, because of Hail of Blades changes, Hail of Blades is now the #1 keystone.
But is that allowed? Are they allowed to change their keystones from what they're going out of when they remake the game?
I'm not too sure on that. Let's let the technical team decide.
They'll decide after this. So it just comes down to, if they win, you know, then you have to cry foul. If they don't win, then it's like whatever, right?
Yeah. So now finally starting the game, we're on to Summoner's Rift. Pastel palette versus Lemon Flavor. Who will be the winner? And
oh no!
Oh, another technical pause.
It looks like a couple of players on the red side still haven't connected in yet, so Lemon Flavor might still need a little bit more time to try and jump into this game.
Yeah, Lemon Flavor is playing for our hearts. Everyone want to watch a good game, and they're letting us watch a pause over it. Oh my goodness!
Content. Where is the content?
Yeah, where is the outplays? Where is the gameplay we want to see? We're just looking at the pause screen, gray screen for the next 2-3 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, this is my gameplay too when I play League of Legends, right? I just look at the gray screen all the time.
Oh no, that's definitely all of us in solo queue. I'm gonna solo kill this guy, and then gray screen.
Oh no.
Watching that for the next 10 seconds, and then you teleport back to your lane and another gray screen.
Oh man, the story of my life right there.
Yes, solo queue has been very interesting compared to the competitive scene, because people have been actually trying out a lot of different stuff in the solo queue because of preseason. And the next season of rank is coming out next week, so many players are actually prepping themselves for the incoming season, and I think there is another technical difficulty, so we will have to remake the game. And
is it a confirmed remake?
I feel so.
Oh no!
So we're gonna have to see our faces for the next 5-6 minutes again. So welcome back, guys. We are. So we won't be seeing our faces for the next 5 minutes. We'll be back after the technical pause.
Alright, let's do this. Finally going to the game. So, we got the pawns. It was just a check. Are they okay with the Hero Blaze? Yes. Hero Blaze is a green light, so we're finally moving into game 1 of the night. Pastel Pellet versus Lemon Flavor. Very exciting to see how this best of 1 is going to play out. We have one more best of 1 after this, and then a best of 3 to end off the night. So we're looking to see if we can end off the night early. Otherwise, let's see how these teams go about this.
I mean, most of us definitely want to end it early, because if not, we have to stay for the 1 a.m. where the train is no more. So we have to go back by our own means. So we want the best of.
Hey, we may lose the physical train, but we got this hype train going for us.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. Defeat the FSL hype train. Choo choo. Let's go. Game 1. The only game playing Pastel Palette versus Lemon Flavor, and talking about the Hail of Blades right now. Hail of Blades is definitely a very strong keystone for Xin Tao, because Xin Tao is a very strong duelist as well. And maybe we can even see Nocturne with Hail of Blades. What do you think about that?
Yeah, Nocturne with Hail of Blades I feel like could be good. I think we saw Hail of Blades being used on Nocturne a couple of times prior to like the whole change with even before the change, right? But I feel like Hail of Blades might not be the most effective keystone on Nocturne. Yeah, you can use it for those couple of 3 auto attacks, but I don't think he gets any like real resets out of it. So I think the lethal tempo is pretty good too.
Indeed. So now both of them are starting on the red side. This is a very normal jungle pathing coming in from junglers especially duel because they want to take the red buff in case of a jungle invade. They have the red buff to duel it out. So very common start from both sides. Nocturne will most likely path to the top side and Xin Chao pathing to the bottom side.
This will mean that I feel like there's a bit of a chance that the Xin Chao won't have much gank opportunity when he rotates to that bottom side of the jungle. I mean, after he clears out a couple of these camps, then, you know, if the bot lane Caitlyn Lulu shoves in and the Syndra shoves in, he doesn't really have much to do in the bot side.
Yeah, but Xin Chao always wants to be at the bottom side to kind of like babysit the duel lane, because what Lemon Flavour wants to do is let the Caitlyn shove and let them siege down the turret. So if there's opportunity where the Nocturne comes, Xin Chao is always there to respond. So playing by the bottom side seems to be what Lemon Flavour needs to do. And Xin Chao is actually playing by that game state right now.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's gonna be very safe for the bot lane on the side of Lemon Flavour. Only issue is I don't know whether they can make plays with this.
Yeah, but as for the side of Lemon Flavour, I don't think they want to make crazy plays because they just want to scale. But this actually leaves opportunity for the top side as well as the mid side to kind of like being dominated by the Nocturne, because Nocturne right now just wants to play by the top side or the top mid side because you want to aim the Syndra right now.
Oh, got a double wards over by the brush. Oh, I think Nocturne actually just got spotted out by that ward.
Yeah, and actually I think there was a communication error somewhere because there's actually 2 wards placed on the same bush by the teammate. So there was a bit of error right there. Could have been avoided because right now wards actually comes by slower for you. So saving the wards and placing it properly is what most competitive teams know how to do very well. But we're not really looking for that kind of content. We're looking at how they actually play out the macro game.
Yeah, so a small minor issue I would say coming in from them, denying the Leona her stack.
Yeah, that's kind of sad from Kaisa. The Leona was gonna get it anyways.
It's fine. Now moving in.
Ooh.
Nice rotation from the Sinja. We'll actually see the Nocturne get engaged on. The Fear coming in. A little bit of damage, lethal tempo. They do manage to get the Fear off. Would not be able to land the geometry snipe from the Vel'Koz, forcing away the Nocturne here. Sinja manages to dominate this side of the jungle.
Yeah, so Nocturne actually backing off Xin Chao, not knowing that, and now taking away the Raptors, so Xin Chao actually takes a lead over there. And Vel'Koz actually got chunked out pretty low from the Syndra because the Vel'Koz was actually looking at the fight within the jungle. So what a good lead, a small lead to have for Lemon Flavour in the early game.
Yeah, starting to see a little bit of a lead coming in. Vel'Koz is farming very well in the mid lane, so despite looks like the wave is pushing towards him right now, or her right now, will still be able to find himself pretty nice space.
Yeah, and bottom side as well, seems like Kaisa and the Leona managed to somewhat even out the lane. Freezy just outside the turret, so they're not getting shoved too hard. Nocturne is actually the bottom side, so they might actually force a fight, and here he goes.
Wow, coming in, they have that ignite. The ignite's coming out. The flash heal from the red side. We'll see the Lulu survive this engage, but it is a lot of pressure. You have to acknowledge the Leona coming in.
Yeah, so this is actually a win for the side of Pastel. 3 summoners burn for just 1 ignite on Pastel side. Nocturne seems to be coming down the bottom lane, spotted out by the ward.
Yeah, good call that additional summoner spell. I didn't even realize that that ignite burned by the Lulu. Were they using on the Leona?
I think he was trying to chunk out the Kaiser, but or might be the Leona. I wasn't even very sure, but 3 summoner spells burn on the side of Lemon Flavour, but 1 only from the side of Pastel. It's actually a win for the side of Pastel.
Do they have priority for this Infernal Dragon? This is definitely something I want to see both teams try and look to pick up. Right. I definitely think that there's a little bit more priority for Lemon Flavour, considering they have this little Caitlyn lane. They can just shove in, and Sinjao can do the dragon over on the side.
Yeah, and right now, Urgot is slowly trying to let the wave shove in. Zion actually has a good opportunity to recall right now. Xin Chao's actually still at top side, hasn't backed off yet, so he won't be able to contest for the Skull Crab, which is now taken by the Nocturne. So, yeah, but Pastel Palette actually going very well in the early game, getting the vision as well as the win in the trades as well. They actually are the ones with the priority for the dragon, but they seem like they're not going to start it.
Ah man, not enough vision off the Sinjao. They can't make this calculated play, so they're opting to go for the safer option. Ignore the dragon for now. Try to keep the Nocturne relevant. Looking to pick up some CS in the meantime.
Yeah, and first dragon is always important. The changes during the preseason actually makes the first dragon have more stats. So getting the first dragon of any elemental dragon is now more valuable. So most teams right now are looking to contest for the first dragon. So this infernal rate will give you 10%. That's actually the value of.
I'm sweating 10% additional AD and AP.
So if you get a longsword, you actually get extra 1 AD. That's actually big.
Yeah, make it sound like it's not value, but you get that. Once you get that like Rabadon to scaling, dude.
Yeah, and like
insane.
Like you think of it, you get an amplify item, and look at here coming in the mid lane.
Might be a bit of an engage. The Tonic Shift will not be able to connect now. Moving over to this mid side, not able to force the flash away from the Sinja. Sinjao hovering around for that flank, walks around top of the wall so they have vision of him. We'll just be able to sneak right outside that Pixel Bush. Oh, there we go, coming in with the control ward. They managed to reclaim some of this vision over here.
Yeah, Velko's trying to poke him out, preventing the control ward from falling down, but it falls down in the end. So we mentioned this earlier in the Champions League where we want to see Leona moving over to the mid lane, and you see that coming in from the side of Pastel Palette. Leona and as well as Kaisla shoves the lane, move over to the mid lane, and try to gang the Syndra. That's what you want to see from the side of Pastel Palette, because that's the win condition, and they want to play by that. For the side of Lemon Flavour, we want to see shoving the bomb lane, since sitting around the bomb side to actually help the shoving. So both teams are actually playing very well to their win condition, and I like to see this coming from both teams.
Yeah, even though they didn't manage to get a kill or burn some of the spell from the Syndra, it definitely is advantage given over to their end. Over in the mid lane, however, Velka survives barely by that barrier there. You can see the Syndra ultimate being used.
Yeah, and Syndra's Ignite is still up, so next time a play like that comes again, he has the opportunity to burst down. And look at the top side.
Up in the top lane, looking at a lot of damage onto the Sinja, but the Sion would not be able to survive. The Urgot would not be able to survive this, surely. As Sion chases after the flash forward, the final auto attack, and it's the first blood hanging over the Sinja.
Yeah, Urgot looked like he was gonna dominate the Sion, but Urgot plays a little bit too far, gets ganked by Xin Cao, and first blood goes over to the side of Lemon Flavour. But now Pastel Palette looking like they're gonna take the Inferno Dragon, so it's actually a bigger win for Pastel Palette because the Inferno Dragon is definitely more valuable compared to a first blood.
Beautiful play coming in. You know you need this
And
paranoia right onto Lulu. No flash available just yet to get the fear off. Lulu jumps in onto it. Stun, chain CC onto the Lulu, but the Ignite goes onto the wrong target. It goes onto the Caitlyn instead, but it will be to find the final auto attack. Jamie gets that final kill.
Yeah, a return kill coming from the side of Pastel Palette. Even though they lose the Urgot on the top side, they managed to get the Lulu as well as the Inferno Dragon. So Pastel Palette looking like they're taking the early game very, very strongly, and this is what I want to see from this team comp, because they want to go all out in the early game.
That fear range was absolutely bonkers. He managed to fear him from so far away. Lulu gets that slow off, and whew, that's just a nice, solid play coming from Pastel Palette.
Yeah, that was a little bit greedy from the side of Lemon Flavour. They don't have the wards to actually go and check out. But now, Xin Cao looks like he's gonna chase down the Nocturne, but decides to back off, and the blue buff should be. Oh, he's chasing it.
In the hole, they chase after Syndra coming in, looking to find this stun, but we will see Velkos in position. Ninetales forces away the enemy laners. Whew, that blue buff almost spelled to death for the Nocturne.
And right now the blue buff resets, so it's gonna be a little bit longer, because actually the Nocturne was, being a gentleman and say that, oh, let me leash for you the blue buff. But the Xin Cao says, nah, I want you instead.
Does look like the Sinjao actually managed to get that blue buff away from Pastel Palette while they were having that whole fight up in the top lane, all the shenanigans over that end. Looks like they managed to secure that away.
So right now, looking at the game state, 1k goal lead at 10 minutes for the side of Pastel Palette. That's what you want to see from the side of Pastel Palette, because they are the early game team. They want to run it early with the Leona as well as the Velkos, and Velkos is actually sitting at the bottom lane. Not spotted out yet.
Still playing this very aggressive playstyle, rotating very heavily, trying to move into position to catch the enemy team. Even Velkos, generally immobile mid laner, doesn't have that much that he can do. Maybe use the technology shift to try, maybe find a catch there, but with such strong wave clear, he really has a lot of window, a lot of space to just shove out the wave, move down to bot lane or top lane. Now moving up the top side, Paranoia looks like it might almost be up.
And Nocturne seems like he wants to gain the Sion, which I think is a bad call, because
can they do this?
Yeah, can you
coming
do it?
in, Paranoia, that's going to be the ultimate coming in for the Sion,
Oh!
for the Urgot as well. Sion just pulls off the Unstoppable, just runs it down, back under safety of his turret. He gets away very safely there.
Yeah, bad call coming from the side of Pastel Palette. I feel that the Paranoia could have been used to gang the mid lane or the bottom lane, which is much easier to gang.
Heavy investment there.
Yeah. Like, what are the chances to be able to kill a Sion with his ultimate as well as his flash shot?
Well, Maybe they're gambling, man,
Oh,
you know?
look at mid lane right now.
Right over, that's gonna be the ultimate coming in for the Valkyrie, a little bit more damage. Sinjao right over from the side, the Q comes in, ultimate gonna be used. Syndra, they get a counter kill. Sinjao chasing after the shift, not able to connect, the Rift not landing as well. Will not be able to find additional stacks onto the Sinjao, and it's a 1-for-1 trade. I don't know, is this worth it?
I think it is worth it for a side of Pastel Pellet because you're giving some time for the Valkyrie to actually sharp the lane, get some maybe turret plating as well. So maybe a advantage over here, but now you get Scuttle Crab as well from the side from the bottom lane, and the side of Lemon Flavor they haven't been able to sharp it.
Man,
and look
this
at
is
here.
it. Coming in, they get the Guardian off the start of the fight. The Leon ultimate being used as well. The Polymorph onto the Kai'Sa stalls him out. The Ignite Flash for us. Surely he goes in, gets knocked out by the Looted ultimate. The Wild Growth keeps him alive for a little bit longer. The shield as well. They are not able to secure a kill, and Kai'Sa gets taken down so very low there.
Yeah, both sides are actually very low, and now the ultimate coming from Caitlyn. Oh, what a chunk of damage coming
Is
in.
it all?
Nocturne is actually the bottom lane. They might want to see if they can hold them there and go for a gank, but bottom lane decides to back off. So there was actually a trade in favor of Pastel Pellet because they actually managed to get some time alone for the Vel'Koz, and now he backs off with the Luden Echo fully completed. Those pokes are going to hurt Syndra a lot.
But this is good. This is good. I mean, they found a number of summoner spells from that bot lane. Only investing that Ignite away from the Leona, so without the Caitlyn flash, Caitlyn is now a lot more immobile. They have a very good chance of pulling that off again. As you mentioned, talking about this Vel'Koz in the mid lane, getting that free space, already completing that Luden's Echo.
Yes, now Nocturne is actually sitting bottom side, so with the Paranoia up right now, that's where you want to see the Nocturne hitting. Bottom side, aim the Caitlyn. Caitlyn has no flash, he can't run away.
Yeah, just easy walks up, and then we have this dragon coming up in 10 or so seconds. It's another Inferno.
Oh, feels good for the side of Pastel Pellet. If they can get it, that's definitely a win for them. Right now, Nocturne is just hovering down the bottom lane. Leona is nowhere to be seen yet, so they can't really force the fight yet. But very good call coming from the Pastel Pellet side.
They definitely have priority, and I like what's going on right now, because even if they can't find this kill, they can just as easily go for that dragon and then rotate over for the bot lane kills if they come up and try and face check. Right now, what they need to do, absolutely do, is just shove out this wave first, because they need that free space for the dragon.
Yeah. Now, looking at the side of Lemon Flavor, Xin Zhao is actually sitting down bottom lane, so I think Xin Zhao managed to understand that they are looking to make a play in the bottom lane, and
Oh no, coming in, Paranoia jumps onto the Caitlyn tries to use Night Caliber, and that misses out on the Leona! And nowhere left to chase.
That was a waste of the timing. They could have coordinated that a little bit better, but the Leona was a little bit too late with her ultimate, and Xin Zhao taking a lot of damage right now.
Decent chunk damage coming in. They're trying to pick up this Scuttle Crab. Nocturne over from the side. They definitely lost a huge amount of priority. Without that Nocturne ultimate, they have no reliable way to try and set up the fight. Leona losing the ultimate as well, it just compounds to that. They definitely have no reliable way to start the fight now.
The Leona's cooldown is actually pretty low, so they might look to do it again, but Paranoia will be up a little bit later than Leona's ultimate, so they can't force that fight again. On the side of the top lane, actually, top lane has been pretty stagnant. Sion has actually got his Iceborne Gauntlet, so he'll be able to take in the damage a little bit more. Xin Zhao has completed the Fate as well. We're gonna be a good duelist, being able to chase down people, but for the side of bottom lane, I do not expect the Kai'Sa to actually have a goal lead against the Caitlyn.
Yeah, this is interesting. Kai'Sa having goal lead over Caitlyn. CS lead, kill lead. I mean, it's not that massive, but it's a couple of small things. You have that refillable pod. You have the additional dagger.
Like when we talk in Champions League, we talk about Caitlyn being the lane dominant champion, but now Kai'Sa is showing that no, you're not dominant enough. I'm the female alpha right here. You're not as alpha as me. So Caitlyn right now really needs to slowly scale up the game, because Caitlyn is right now a little bit behind the Kai'Sa. Caitlyn needs at least 2-3 items before she's able to pop off the rapid fire cannon as well as the IE. So Kai'Sa right now can look to move around the map with the Leona and look to explode the game, make it go in the favor. But wait, mid lane actually falls down.
Coming in, they do manage to find a little bit of damage on the Valkyrie. The flash forward, the barrier comes out. No Paranoia available for the on the side of the Nocturne just yet. Electrocute comes in, the Syndra ultimate dishing out an insane amount of damage, just barely lacking the final burst to get the kill onto this Nocturne though.
Yeah, I didn't I didn't see the mid lane's hard health, but that was unfortunate. And oh my god, bomb lane!
Wild Growth coming in. They might be able to find escape away from the Kai'Sa Leona lane. Looks like that will be the case, but now Dragon in the sights of Pastel Pellet. Just looking to start things up right now.
Yeah, Pastel Pellet actually playing the game better. And I didn't see the mid lane turret health, but mid lane turret falling down as the first turret is actually very big for the side of Pastel Pellet because they can now play in deeper vision. They can force in a lot more plays with the mid lane turret falling down. Syndra cannot go out too much because if not, he'll be the target for Paranoia. But I think that the Syndra could have flashed for the Nocturne with the Ignite.
Yeah, Flash Ignite onto the Nocturne. I mean, I guess it was just a risk-reward kind of situation. There's just, it's just a little bit iffy, you know. She's just thinking maybe, if I go for this Flash, will I be able to survive off of this? Will it translate into a lead? Because right now, Vel'Koz is actually scaling pretty well against the Syndra. All this free time to just farm up in the mid lane, shove out, even get that first turret mid by himself without really any substantial amount of ganks.
Yes, and now in top lane, Nightingale actually is doing pretty well against the Urgot. I expect the Urgot to actually chunk him out, but
oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Face check! Face checking the brush! She was so close to knowing where the guy was.
And Nocturne is coming!
Paranoia coming out, looking for a decent amount of damage onto the Xin Zhao. He barely survives. Coming in with the ultimate die spear. That's gonna be the call for death. And then jumping in onto the Scion. Urgot on his side though. He has a huge shield. Now where's he gonna go? What? Where's he aiming for? Nocturne ends up jumping onto the Syndra. Who's coming out? Who else is coming up for this fight? To try shift. Jumps onto the Scion to get the kill. Charging all forward. The flash away from the Nocturne. Moves into safety. And then back on the turret. And those 2 kills. Hitting over the Pastel Pellets.
Syndra was a little bit late, but that was good fighting coming from the side of Pastel Pellet. Nocturne and Vel'Koz rotating very early to stop the 2v1 coming from the side of Lemon Flavour. But Syndra again with the Ignite. She's saving the Ignite for when? Christmas? I'm not sure because both fights she could have ignited the Nocturne or not.
I don't know if I've actually seen the Syndra using that yet.
Yeah. It's like the Ignite was non-existent. I think she would have been better taking the heal maybe, but
if you took that, yeah, like heal TP, anything would have been good at this point. If you're not using the Ignite, there's no value.
Yeah, the Ignite has been there for the past 18 minutes and 30 seconds, and she has not used it once.
That's a critical blunder, and we're starting to see that hurt quite a decent amount. Top lane now is finally, we're starting to see that being able to kill this Scion up to the top lane. You have that Vel'Koz shred from that for damage, and I think that's gonna be quite an issue for the Scion to deal with later on.
Yeah, and Scion has not bought a single magic resist item right now, so Vel'Koz with the Oblivion Orb as well as the magic pen shoes is literally dealing true damage to the Scion.
Literally true damage, plus a little bit of burn on the top.
Like she's doing true damage to anyone in the side of Lemon Flavour because 33 magic penetration is like literally everyone's at my MR right now, so they don't have any source of defense against the Vel'Koz. Without the ultimate, you're doing true damage.
Wow, bot lane just solos kills the Caitlyn. Oh my goodness, Pastel Pellet running away with this game. Turret after turret, kill after kill. 5-2 with 2 Infernal Dragons. 20 minutes in, things are looking very good for the blue side.
Yeah. Right now, Lemon Flavour. Oh, look at
Paranoia, ultimate, the death ray, the incinerating ray, chasing after. Where's the fear? Where's the bonus move speed? Geometry shots a little bit wide, but it doesn't even matter. They're chasing after the Xin Zhao. She gets to the blast cone right over to the Krug wall. But man, oh man, they are finding an absolutely stunning game right now.
Yeah, since it looks like they're gonna dive the top lane, and Vel'Koz right now coming in to get in the top lane. Chunking the Scion very low, and oh my god, the damage.
Tonic shift. Oh, but a bit of a misplay there. Losing out of that free kill up in the top side. Nocturne still just rotating around the top side jungle.
But the bottom lane managed to get the inner tier 2 turret from the bottom side. So that's
oh my goodness, this damage. Tonic shift. Oh my god, please tell me that the Xin Zhao has a plan here.
That is a little bit greedy coming from the side of Diglett from Lemon Flavour. He has no way of finding it and come in the mid lane now.
Oh no, Caitlyn, where is she supposed to go?
Flash it
forward, gets the auto attack off, missing on down from that stun, but the Ignite finally being used, and Syndra coming in big. Oh my goodness. Wait, hang on. I gotta say this. It was the Lulu's Ignite, still not Syndra's Ignite.
Syndra has not used Ignite for the past 21 minutes, but she got a kill.
So she's showing us, you don't even need 2 stamina spells to win games.
I just need my 1 flash. That's all I need. But that was a hectic 2 minutes coming in from the side of Lemon Flavour as well as Pastel Palette, because the first game coming from the Nocturne with Paranoia as well as the Vel'Koz ultimate. Then Vel'Koz roaming to the top side, trying to kill the Sion, but the Urgot stayed under turret for a little bit too long.
Yeah.
And Xin Zhao tries to fight the Vel'Koz one-on-one, but just gets obliterated because there's no MR.
Yep.
And in mid lane, a Fiesta where Kai'Sa tries to flash in for the kill, but Syndra as well as the Lulu managed to get the double kill back in the turn.
Yeah, it's a shutdown goal too, so that might not be as valuable as they might have liked, but yeah, that still overall they still have a lot of the momentum. They got a bunch of kills prior to a little bit of that miscommunication there.
So now Lemon Flavour actually has a priority over Dragon. Sion is the only one at top side. No one from the side of Pastel Palette has shown in the map.
They're not gonna look for it apparently. So it won't just be a Dragon heading over to Lemon Flavour. I like this play. I like that the fact that they managed to get a couple kills. They reset things out a little bit.
Reef Herald, top lane.
This is a big play. They're moving in a lot of the momentum that they've generated so far from this game. They're now using it up in the top lane. Come on, break this off. Yes! Keep that Rift Herald health up.
Yeah, Rift
Herald
gonna
chunk
give
to the next tier 2
big chunk to the tier 2, yep. And this is a very good rotation coming from Pastel Palette. I didn't mention this, but Syndra's actually sitting in the bottom lane. This is not something you want from Syndra. You want Syndra to be with the team because most of damage. And
might be an ultimate coming in. Vel'Koz coming from the side. The death ray! Woo! Damage! She's massive. The wild growth of the Lulu keeps him alive for a little bit longer. But Vel'Koz comes in massive. It's 1 kill. It's 2. It's 3. They're chasing after the Sion, but then where's the Sion supposed to go? No teammates left. They're looking at an inhibitor turret. Inhibitor coming in too.
The inhibitor, the Herald's still alive. It's gonna be a big chunk now. They can even try to end the game.
This is the truck just coming in. They don't have to. Do they have to CC to lock down the Syndra though?
Oh, they're going for the ending.
Charging forward. Sion might get taken down. That's the fear. They do manage to get the Guardian's Angel away from the Nocturne. So Nocturne now gonna get bashed in the face by the Sion. The flash away. They do get a 1 Nexus turret and they've destroyed the upper side of the base for Lemon Flavour.
They even got a Nexus turret. This is a very big win coming from Pastel Palette. Just previously they were like losing, not really losing, but they're actually pretty even. But Pastel Palette just blowing the game open now for the other side because they actually got inhibitor as well as Nexus turret. But right now they're just backing in front of Ward. Will they actually get punished for this?
10,000 gold deficit. No! Oh my goodness! Whew. I was sweating buckets there. The Caitlyn just steps up, dishes out a little bit of damage, delays the recall, but this actually costs them the mid lane turret. I'm not sure how much value there is to be had there. Side misses out on that ultimate.
Yeah, so Lemon Flavour right now in the back foot. We expected this coming from Team Com, but if they manage to actually play the scaling game, Lemon Flavour should be fine. But no, Pastel Palette say we're not letting you skill. We're just gonna smash you with our Team Com. And you've seen the Vel'Koz just sitting at the side with his ultimate, blasting through everyone, ripping them apart. They don't have the magic resist to stand the damage coming from the Vel'Koz.
Yeah, the Caitlyn honestly had such a difficult time in this game. Missing out the opportunity to scale up means that Caitlyn is now pretty irrelevant, not able to do this damage. I mean, doesn't have that 2-item power spike yet.
Yeah, Kai'Sa has actually completed a Winston Rage Blade, even got a Zeal compared to the Caitlyn who just finished the rapid fire cannon.
Oh no! This is a kill? Wait, where's what? Ignite ultimate?
Yes,
what?
There's Ignite! There's an ultimate!
Unleash the power, my friend. You can drop that Ignite, unleash the power. Should have been a kill, I think.
That should have been a free kill for the style of Syndra, but Syndra's always hesitating to use Ignite.
It's a little bit unfortunate there. Might want to change things up, I think looking at it, Syndra actually has pretty good game sense. I think that they might benefit a lot more from playing something like that Lissandra, like the Galio. That definitely would be a lot closer to what looks like what the Syndra has in terms of playstyle. And now starting up this Baron, we do see Lemon Flavour coming in, gets a little bit of vision, but it's pretty risky to try and steal this.
Yes, Urgot is actually pushing down the bottom.
Oh my goodness! Disintegrating ray! What even happens there? They get a stun and they steal away the Baron! Lemon Flavour is still in the game, taking away this Baron from the blue team. Pastel Palette now losing out this opportunity.
Oh my god, Urgot's actually pretty low. Syndra, flash of the Ignite!
Yeah, man! What? Out of range? What's going on? Flash of flash. Urgot lives with a little bit of health left. Oh my goodness, what a game.
Oh my goodness. And 25 minutes in, we have still not seen the Syndra ignite.
That's still a thing. Holding on to the end of the game. A mid lane inhibitor. Teleport coming in from the Urgot. They're chasing after the Scion, but the Scion still has his ultimate. Could look to get away. They're pushing up the top wave. Super minions in the base. Charging down for this Nexus turret. They don't have the minions down bot side, so they're not able to push in from that way. I'm not sure how much they can accomplish here. Two-man stun and half health on that Vel'Koz. Looks like they're just at the back off. Big Baron minions coming in. Over in the base of Lemon Flavor keeps them alive a little bit longer.
Yeah, if that was the Baron buff to the side of Pastel, this would have been game over, but it's still coming in from Diglett. Lemon Flavor now has half a lifeline to actually play a little bit slower because the Baron buff will last for about another 2 more minutes. Yeah. So they can actually look to try to skill up a bit, get some item on the Caitlyn, even the Syndra as well. But the Vel'Koz damage was whew.
Yeah, that was spicy. I mean, to be fair, right now all Lemon Flavor has to do is CS in base, because Baron's already down to an objective. I mean, Dragon, you really have no way to try and take that away from them at this point, and you have these 2 super minion waves coming into your base, so you have really a lot of farming to do.
Yeah, and wait, it seems like Urgot actually disconnected? No, not too sure, but right now the Infernal Dragon is up. The 3rd Infernal Dragon for Pastel. Oh, their life is so good. And even the death kept coming in from the Vel'Koz.
Bonus scaling, just absolutely insane right now.
I can picture in my head the scene where all 3 of them just gets obliterated by just the death ray. No one has MR. The Syndra doesn't get MR. The Caitlyn doesn't get MR.
I think 4 of the players on Lemon Flavor have less than 2,000 health.
Yeah.
Which means that it's literally 1 W and R from Vel'Koz to just kill the entire team.
They have no way to survive the onslaught coming from just the Vel'Koz. The Vel'Koz can probably 1v5.
I think the Vel'Koz might have an actually solid chance of 1v5 at this point. But let's see what they're aiming to do. They have the mid lane, the top lane inhibitor respawns right now, so they can just go for the easy rotation. Nocturne pretty far away, so they might want to try and coordinate a little bit better in what they want to do here, especially since the top of is pushing towards them. Yeah,
top lane inhibitor has spawned as well, so it has slowed down the onslaught from the start of Pastel because right now they have to look at the top lane. Top lane trying to will actually fall down for the South Lemon Flavor, so actually a little bit of extra income coming for them. Looks like they can slowly start to scale up. Caitlyn still no signs of VF sword for the next IE, but the Caitlyn might want to go for Hex Drinker instead maybe.
Yeah, I mean it's the same amount of gold, but at this point, honestly, it doesn't make a difference. The Caitlyn is 1 shot away from death, like every step of the way.
Yeah, the moment she enters the fight within range of the death ray. Yeah, bye, Caitlyn.
Always 1 step away from death. So honestly, going for a defensive item might not even make sense anymore, considering you're always just gonna die. Whether it's 1 second later, does that really make a difference anymore?
No, it actually doesn't make a difference. But,
yeah,
but that's good. Trap click when coming from the side of the damage.
Definitely agree there. They're trying to set things up here. I'm not sure if they want to go for the paranoia. Death Ray! Where's the paranoia coming in? They pull the Scion in with the Urgot ultimate, and that's gonna be the inhibitor down in the bot lane. Definitely going down to the blue team. Pastel Pellets are taking this game by the helm. Paranoia onto the Syndra. The Nocturne might get taken down. They're taking the Science Syndra down so very low. Syndra over by the side. Lulu goes down too. Nexus turret might get taken now. Ace in the hole onto the Nocturne. No block available. They trade back 1 kill, but it's way too late. It's a double kill coming in for the Kai'Sa, and that's gonna be game.
Yeah, Pastel Pal really took over the game from minute 1 onward because they played the game so well in terms of macro as well. No one who to punish, and that was a very good stomping from the side of Pastel Pal. Lemon Flavor tried to pull off the team comp of scaling, but right now in this meta, who plays scaling?
Honestly, yeah, it's all about that early. If you don't win within the first 20 minutes, are you really playing League of Legends anymore?
Right now you have to play aggressive. It's all about the aggression early game. You have to do something for like the Alistar, the Leona, the Rakan. Lulu is fine, but it's not like it's not condition you want to play unless you're forced to.
That's true.
There was Rakan, Alistar up. You should have taken it. The Lemon Flavor might not have the good read on the meta right now, but I feel that Pastel Parrot, from what we've seen so far, looks like they're ready to actually take over the game.
Yeah, that was a really exciting game coming in for the 2 teams. Pastel Parrot it was a game of ups and downs. You have moments where the Vel'Koz comes in, presses R, the Caitlyn dies. You have moments where Diglett flashes into the Baron pit, steals away Baron, keeps them into the game for a little bit longer, but unfortunately will not be able to find the game. But that's fine. We're now gonna see them bump down to the losers bracket, where they will still be trying to play in for the next seeded part of the competition, try and make it to the finals. I think we're going all the way tonight. all the way to the Thailand finals, Thailand Qualifier finals. So we might see a rematch if they manage to make it that far in.
Yeah, so you might want to consider banging out the Valkos next game you play against Pastel because the Valkos has been insane. Her Valkos really just one shot. She didn't even die the whole game. It was a 1,000 gold bounty on her.
Yeah, I mean, it was so much gold that literally the one was getting cut off, and that's just how much bounty the Valkos had at that point. I think we will be going to a quick 5-minute break before our next game, so don't go anywhere, guys. We'll be right back and see you guys for the next game.
Yeah, see you.